Boys, today we are looking at loan repayment graphs. So this is looking at what a home loan repayment over a 25-year loan looks like visually on a graph. We saw some of these when we looked at home loan calculators originally in the previous topic. So here in question 1, this gives us already a visual snapshot of the difference between a flat rate loan and a reducing balance loan, which is normally what a home loan looks like, a curve. So this one in question 1 says, got two families here, they borrow the same amount, they borrow different amounts of money on the same day. So different amounts. The Wang family has a flat rate loan. The Salama family has a reducing balance loan and repays the loan earlier than the Wang family. Which graph best represents this situation? Well, if they're borrowing different amounts, then where they start on the y-axis here must be different. So that would rule out D as being an option. That can't be right. Next thing we need to consider is that one of them is a flat rate and one is a reducing balance. So one's a curve and one's a straight line, and they finish at different points. The Salama family's reducing balance loan finishes earlier than the Wang family. So that means this here shows that they finishing at the same time, so this one can't be right. Now, which out of B and C will it be? Well, it says that the one with the reducing balance loan pays the loan earlier. That means the curve one must finish first, and so we can see in C the curve hits the axis in time before the straight line, so C must be the correct answer. Okay, in question 2, says the table shows the monthly home loan rates with interest rate changes from February to October. So this shows how much you've got to pay in your monthly home loan based on the different months. So we do get a variety of different tables, so you've got to read carefully to make sure you know what it's showing you. This one, for example, in February 2009, the rate is 5.85% for the interest rate. And so if you've borrowed 200,000, let's just say, then you would be paying $1,270. Okay, so let's have a look at part A. What is the change in monthly repayments on a $250,000 loan from February to April? Okay, so if it's a $250,000 loan, then what we care about is this guy here, 1588, and then the change to April is 1573, and so we can see that it's a decrease, and so it's going to be a decrease of the difference between those two, 1588 minus 1573, which is $15. Alrighty, let's move on then to part B. Zhang wants to borrow $307,000 to buy a house. Zhang's bank approves the loan for customers if their loan repayments are no more than 30% of their monthly gross salary. Zhang's monthly gross salary is $6,500. If she applied for the loan in October 2009, would her bank have approved the loan. Okay, so we've got to compare whether how much he's got to pay per month is equal to we'll see how that compares to 30%, the limit of how much Zhang can pay. All right, so let's look at how much it would repay cost this loan if she applied in October 2009. So if I use that table, October 2009, let's have a look at that. All right, so the loan is $307,000, which makes it a little bit sneaky the way you've got to figure it out. So looking at October 2009, so it's this row here. If it's $307,000, then it doesn't give us exactly $307,000 here for our loan, but we can figure that out by looking at 300,000 and then adding 7 lots of 1,000. That's how much we'd need to repay per month. So our grand total for the monthly repayment is going to be the repayment on the loan is going to be equal to 1942, which is the value I had from the bottom part of the table, 300,000, plus 7 lots of the $6.47, which gives us a total of 1987.29. Okay, so that's how much you've got to repay if you took out this $307,000 loan in October 2009. Now, the bank's only going to approve it if this person can afford to pay that amount, and the maximum they can actually afford to pay, according to the bank, is 30% of the monthly gross salary. So we've got to find 30% of the salary. Okay, so the 30% of the salary is going to be equal to 30% times 6,500, which gives us 1950, and that is clearly less than 1987.29, and so therefore the loan would not be approved. All right, let's look at part C. Jack took out a loan at the same time for the same amount as Zhang. Graphs of their balances are shown. So let's have a look at this graph here. We can see Zhang's one's in the solid line, and that goes for 25 years. And you can see there that's just one continuous curve, so that means it would have been the same repayments, the same interest rate, etc. for the whole time, whereas Jack's loan sort of has two chunks to it. It's got this first bit to there for the first 12 years and then another bit to the end, and those two parts show some sort of change in the way that the loan's being paid off. So the question asks us identify two differences between the graphs and provide a possible explanation for each difference. Alrighty, so one difference could be that Jack's balance falls more quickly in the first 12 years than Zhang's. Okay, so Jack's balance decreases faster in the first 12 years. And what could a reason be for that? One possible reason could be because of a lower interest rate, and another reason could be that he made larger repayments. Okay, Jack's balance decreased faster in the first 12 years, and the reason could be a lower interest rate. Alright, let's a second reason, or a second difference, is loan terms are different. Lengths are different. Okay, and you can see there that Jack's loan is 30 years and Zhang's is 25, and so potential changes in the interest rate for Jack could be a reason why it was longer. So different interest rates between the loans. Different interest rates. But you could also mention, you could talk about the loan repayments. There's another thing you could do. All right, last question. All right, let's look at question 4. Jamal borrows $350,000 to be paid over 30 years, with monthly repayments of $1,880. However, after 10 years, he made a lump sum payment of $80,000. The monthly repayment remained unchanged. So over the period of the loan, how much less did Jamal pay by making the lump sum payment? Okay, so we've got to compare how much he paid if he didn't do the lump sum, which is this path there, so no change over the whole loan, or if he made that lump sum here after 10 years that decreased the total amount. So without, the total cost is equal to 30 times 12 times 118. Which gives 676 800, and with that lump sum, the total is going to be 22, because he pays it for 22 years. He pays that amount rather than 30 years. So 22 times 12 times 1880, plus we've got plus the lump sum he paid, 80,000, and that's equal to 576,320. And so therefore he saves 100,480.